HR Church Bullies, narrated by Dr. Shalette Renee Griffin. The Introduction. If you told me with a crystal ball in hand that I end up getting bullied at work, I would have told you to go to hell, first class. Me? Bullied? The idea was so ridiculous. I would have suggested the fortune teller to get a refund. If you doubled down and told me that I get bullied not by one, but by two HR directors, right there in the so-called house of the Lord, I would have told you to smash that crystal ball to pieces. HR professionals? Bullying? It doesn't happen. Not in HR, and absolutely not in a religious nonprofit. That's what I believed until it happened to me. I'll admit, I was bullied and intimidated by two HR directors at Yardley International, a place built on sermon and service, where people act like they're walking in step with Jesus Christ, but instead sling mud and look away. Who runs the human resources? People in trouble, victims of discrimination, harassment, and intimidation. People who need help. That's the point, right? HR is supposed to be the calm and organizational chaos, the department that steps in to restore peace. You're supposed to go to HR when someone's mistreating you, and HR is supposed to step up, step in, and make it stop. But what are you supposed to do when the harassers are the very HR directors who are supposed to protect you? That's the question. And when you try to go up the chain, you report it to their bosses, thinking you're doing the obvious thing, hoping for some backbone from senior management. But it just gets worse. The bullying ramps up, turning into a public spectacle, while senior management sits in the bleachers munching popcorn, acting like they're powerless. Intimidation became the daily air, verbal attacks a ritual, harassment and unethical conduct just became the norm. It wasn't just a one-off. It was business as usual in that HR department. And the so-called Christian managers standing by, they just watched the storm, pretending their hands were clean, as if quoting scriptures on Sunday gave them amnesty for what they allowed Monday through Friday. And my 12-year marriage was unraveling. Jermaine, my roommate for a husband, who marketed himself as a jack of all trades when it came to legal issues, was so super pissed at me because he was now paying 100% of the bills since I wasn't working at the time. I should have known that our marriage would be a rocky one when he told me on the plane back from our honeymoon in Cancun that he was against having one checking account to pay our bills out of. Yeah. Every day I left Yardley International feeling weighed down by the bullshit, like a wet blanket, with no relief at home. The pressure kept mounting. Anyway, let's talk about Yardley for a second. Yardley International began as a small local religious food pantry in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, founded by Jonathan Yardley and his wife Esther, right after the Civil War. Their mission? Help widows and children left behind by the Civil War. After Jonathan died, Esther kept the mission alive, expanding aid to refugees and anyone in need, pushing forward with a kind of grit and belief in service. Fast forward to now. Jennifer Yardley's at the helm, fifth generation, still pushing food and clothing out to the world, still serving the poor and the desperate. Now Yardley offers food, clothing, job training, and counseling across 5 cities in the United States, including Atlanta, Georgia. The reviews said it was a rewarding place to work. No top-heavy job titles, just helping people who can't help themselves. That's the script. But here's what was really going on, at least behind the doors of the HR department. Hypocrisy, intimidation, and behavior That got nothing to do with God. Whatever mess they stirred up, it sure as hell wasn't holy. If the devil had an HR department, let's just say he would have felt right at home. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, my name is Kross. Dana Kross. The same spelling as a kid duo group back in the 90s. I'll let you figure that out. Here's my story. HR Church Bullies, narrated by Dr. Schlett Renee Griffin, recorded by Williams Hole Publishing.